Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Larson, and this is Keep It Real. Keep It Real is all about real talk based on my 20 plus years of clinical experience. What we're really talking about is real food, real medicine, and real change.
The Midlife Health Minute in this episode of Keep It Real with Dr. Chad Larson is possible with the help of Pure Prescriptions.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Larson. One of the most common reasons that people visit a doctor, and I've certainly seen it in my practice as well, is why am I so tired? Fatigue, lack of energy is a really, really common problem. And I'm going to go over 5, I think, core underlying reasons. It might just be one of those, but oftentimes it's more than one to such a degree that it's affecting their normal life. And that's how you really know that it's a problem. It's perfectly normal to every single day feel tired. And that usually tells us that we need to take a power nap or go to bed at night. But this is the kind of fatigue and lack of energy that is affecting your daily activity. Like, I can't get through my day of working, or I'm talking to my kids and I'm nodding off. It's a kind of energy drop that is absolutely not sort of normal and acceptable. So there's a few things to think about when it comes to energy, but anytime I'm doing an intake with a patient and this comes up as one of their core issues, my following question has to be, how's your sleep at night? They just go hand in hand. You really can't understand a person's full energy without knowing what their sleep is like, because your sleep at night has completely direct influence on your energy during the day. And so sleep, absolutely vital. Each of these 5 things will expand in future episodes and take a deeper dive into each one. But let's just say sleep as a category is very, very important. That's sleep quantity, but also sleep quality. Those 2 things matter. The time that you're going to bed, the time that you're waking up. There's so many really, really important nuances with sleep. But if there's any disruption in either the quantity or the quality of sleep, that's absolutely going to translate into fatigue and a lower degree of energy the following day. Number 2 would be diet. And what about diet specifically? Blood sugar dysregulation. Blood sugar dysregulation is the roller coaster effect. If your blood sugar going up, feel pretty good, I feel energized, and then boom, blood sugar drops, and you feel fatigued, you feel sleepy, you feel like you can't even keep your head up. That's blood sugar dysregulation. So what's associated with that? It's foods that are processed. It's when we process the foods, they don't work normally in the system. And let's just take processed grains, for example. Processed grains, they strip out the fat, they strip out the protein, they strip out the fiber. And so it's like straight carbohydrate, your blood sugar spikes and then it plummets. And this might happen all day long. You have some kind of bagel in the morning, blood sugar goes up, boom, plummets. And your brain goes, I need a fast intake of glucose. So you're gonna crave something else that is gonna cause a spike, drops down, spike, drops down. So you're on this kind of roller coaster of blood sugar going up and down. Foods with added sugar, if added sugar, or one of the 56 other names of sugar is somewhere on the list of something that you want to consume, that also is going to contribute to that kind of dysregulation of blood sugar, and that's going to lead to energy dysregulation. So we talked about sleep, we talked about diet, and specifically these processed grain type foods. These are the ready to eat and ready to heat meals that are really, really processed, which, on latest research, it's like 60 to 65% of the diet in the US are these processed foods. And it's just not leading to, good, healthy, positive energy. So that's number 2. Number 3 is nutrient deficiencies, nutrient insufficiencies. And these are common. For a whole variety of reasons that we can take a deeper dive on, but let's just take it as a general category. If you're missing certain nutrients, these nutrients are supposed to be a part of your body and your physiology for normal physiological function. So if you're low on certain B vitamins, you're low in vitamin C, you're low in magnesium, you're low in vitamin D, if you're low in any of these nutrients, even marginally low, that can absolutely translate into energy deficit. And maybe another super important nutrient. We don't think of it as a nutrient, but water. If we're just a little bit dehydrated, fatigue is guaranteed because we need that fluid in our system. We're 70, 75% water. And if we get just a little bit deficient, that's going to influence just the way our body functions, with energy being a really, really key symptom of even just mild dehydration. Another thing is hormones, hormone dysregulation. I've talked about hormones in the past, and we'll keep reminding people about the importance of regulated and normal and balanced hormones and all the things that could influence our hormone balance. But think of things like your thyroid hormones, your reproductive hormones like testosterone and estrogen. If these things are deficient or off in some way, fatigue is a very, very common symptom of low energy. And so we need these hormones to not only influence what you would think of for reproductive hormones, but they absolutely influence the brain. A lot of this comes down to neurobiology and kind of brain function. And if your hormones are off in some way, they're going to influence things like neurotransmitters and the neurobiology of your brain and all the neurochemicals of your brain. So we talked about sleep. We talked about diet and how sugar and processed grains influence our energy. We talked about hormone imbalances. We talked about nutrient insufficiencies. Number 5 on the list is being sedentary, not having enough movement. And you would think, wait, hang on a second. When I move, I'm using energy. So how's that going to make me feel more energetic, having more movement in my life? I know, it's kind of weird, right? But guess what? That's the reality of it. People who, and you might have had this before, like, oh, today I just feel like I just didn't get anything done. I was sitting around all day. I just binge watched, Netflix or my favorite show or whatever. And you feel kind of tired and you feel kind of lazy. Well, that's kind of the situation. On days where you've been more active, you probably have more energy. So you want to have physical movement. I'll try not to say the E word, exercise. Some people hate the word. But the thing is, you just need good, regular body movement. Maybe it's just built into your day that you make yourself, walk a little extra, you park a little further away and you walk into the store or whatever. But certainly have some kind of physical movement, some kind of exercise really weaved into your day, and it's absolutely energizing. So those are 5 tips that we'll definitely expand on in future episodes as time goes on. Each one deserves its own episode, but absolutely, these can influence our overall sense of well-being, our energy. And when it comes down to it, this is really what we need to be productive and to really contribute. We need, the proper amount of energy. And so hopefully these things gave you some tips, something to think about. I will keep reading the studies and bringing you the information. Until then, keep it real.
The Midlife Health Minute and this episode of Keep It Real with Dr. Chad Larson is possible with the help of Pure Prescriptions. Visit our friends over at pureprescriptions.com by using the link in the show notes and to learn more about this great family-owned company.